And didn't really want to run it over here yet because we didn't know what it was going to do, and didn't want to rent a track and just run laps by ourselves. We wanted to put in a real race competition, see how it would hold up, and I think everything went real well.
Friends of yours back here trying to say hello. Let me ask you this then. You were running real well, and then all of a sudden you ended up at the back of the field, and then you came back to the front. What was up with all that mess?
Well, the caution come out, and everybody pitted behind me. We stayed out, and we couldn't make it on fuel. We had to go to lap 47 to make it on fuel. So we ran like 3 more laps of caution, made it to lap 47, came in, and had to start in the back. And luckily, I mean, the leader stretched it out on us a couple times just because we were stuck back in traffic, and we got some cautions, bunched everybody back up, and was able to get back to the front.
Ray Evernham told me on Friday, Casey, that this has not been easy for you. It has been a struggle at times this season. For you to run that ARCA race and do well would be a big boost to your confidence. Do you feel that way?
It has. It was a lot of confidence yesterday. I mean, it's the beginning part of last season and the beginning part of this season. It was a real big struggle for us. We picked it up last year at the end, and I think we're going to start picking it up in the second half of this season. But I hadn't won anything since '99 and since Busch, so it was big to come back yesterday and work with the old 19 team. Jimmie Johnson was the crew chief over there yesterday, and Sirius and all the people were involved with that, and Dodge and everybody, so it was good to get a win.
How about your car here in the Pennsylvania 500?
Well, we hadn't got a lot of time to see yet. We got that little short green right there, and I was really loose. And we were good yesterday in happy hour, a little bit tight, but I could come off the corners pretty good. And we're just real loose right now, but we get it tightened up and get the race in, we'll be fine.
Okay, congratulations on your win, and best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Casey Atwood. Alan?
All right, Bill, yesterday, a couple of Winston Cup drivers had a little extra activity added to their weekend. Jerry Nadeau and Ricky Craven traveled over to Akron, Ohio to take part in one of racing's great traditions, the All-American Soapbox Derby. Had a little heat race, Nadeau in the green car, edging out Craven in a photo finish. Look at that. A lot of fun.
Oh my God. I'm a soapbox girl.
That's a great way to start the weekend.
Then Jerry and Ricky turn the track over to the real stars of the day, young men and women who have worked all year to get to the final stages of the 65th edition of the Derby. You never know. Might see one of these youngsters here at Pocono one day, racing a Winston Cup car. That's a lot of fun. Dave is with one of the participants in yesterday's race.
That's right, Alan, and he was a participant back at his home in Danbury, Connecticut, too, which I guess you can do if you have a hill that they race on near your house, because they never did that back in Kalamazoo, Michigan. So how fun was that when you were 9 years old racing Soapbox Derby?
It was pretty cool. I mean, we have Soapbox Derby every year at Danbury, and when I was 8, 9, we bought a car and we put it together, me and my dad. We didn't know how to cheat, and obviously back then a lot of guys cheated and got to win, but this year, I mean, at this time, you know, they're just like NASCAR, and you got 25 templates putting on these Soapbox Derby cars, and we had a good time. Me and Ricky and Todd Zegedy went out there yesterday in Akron, Ohio, and got to hand the trophies out to all the winners, and it was pretty exciting being there because I'd never had a chance to go there, and I wanted to when I was young, so it was pretty neat.
So where did this fit into your passion for racing? I know you race a lot of other stuff too, but where did Soapbox Derby fit in terms of giving you a desire to move on in it?
Well, I mean, I raced go-karts before I even did the Soapbox Derby, and I think it was another challenge that I wanted to do. You know, I was young, I was a kid. You know, I was racing go-karts when I was 5, 6 years old, and then we decided to build this kit, me and my dad, and we, you know, it was just something that I wanted to do just to say that I did it. But I read magazines that all the top drivers got to go to Akron, Ohio, and my goal was to win. And they obviously only took 2 drivers, and we finished 3rd, and I missed it by 1 spot. But it was all in all, it's fun for the kids. It's fun for the families. I'm glad NASCAR is involved in the program, and I think it's going to be a big boost.
And how fun was it to participate yesterday and be involved in that?
It was good. Me and Ricky and Ty got to race. We went down the hill. I won a trophy, which was cool. I'm able to brag about it. Ricky protested. He said I crossed the line, and he had photos to prove it, but he didn't win because I thought that he went to Kinko's and just kind of messed around with the photos a little bit.
But that would be cheating.
Yeah, and you know, Ricky's kind of, you know, he was a little upset that I won. He tried to do everything he did to win, but all in all, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of people from New Hampshire on his side, a lot of people from Danbury, Connecticut, so it was a good time, and hopefully, looks like the sun's coming out. Looks like we'll be out there soon.
Well, so he gets a trophy from Soapbox Derby. He gets a new ride in his number 44 Dodge. It's been an okay week for Jerry Nadeau. Marty?
Well, Dave, I am hanging with Robbie Jordan, who is chilling literally, his feet in the cooler down there, because remember, he has the big old ankle. Look at that. That is a melon, Gordon.
Yeah, she's a little sore, but didn't seem to bother me too much when we were out there. Car was a little bit loose getting in. I was able to work the throttle pretty good with my right foot. A little tentative on braking, so we're going to put a little insert in my foot so I can push on the brake pedal a little bit harder.
So a tough guy like you, I'm sure you've driven with worse than this, haven't you?
I don't think so. I think I broke a toe or something and raced motocross the next day or something like that, a long time ago when I was young and tough.
Yeah.
But, nowadays, this is probably the biggest mistake I've made in a long time in my racing career. And went out with the guys yesterday, having a little bit of fun with the Singular Wireless crew, and got a little over anxious.
Well, tell us about the motorcycle. That was a big jump from what I understand.
Yeah, it was a little jump, but actually I landed on top of the next one and kind of what they call case it, landed on the frame and didn't land on any suspension, so my ankles took it all. We were having a lot of fun out there, and fortunate enough nobody else got hurt, and we'll be able to recover from this.
But the car is pretty good out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, car was real good. We decided to change 4 tires there. A lot of guys took 2 tires, which is not really a big deal because they've got 25 laps on those set of tires, and I think it'll come to us. We probably lost 6-8 positions in that last pit stop, but we'll be okay in the long run.
All right, I played basketball, when I was in my youth, and I've seen ankles like that before. You'll be okay.
All right, cool, thanks.
All right, Matt?
Well, Marty, down here at the 43 truck, I've caught up with John Andretti and inside the top 20. How was your race car in the clouds?
It was pretty good. I mean, we were running 6th there, I guess, when all the pit stops came around, and we didn't get the strategy in like some of those other guys. Hats off to them, but I think we'll be okay. The car's running pretty good, and the weather changing is obviously going to change the racetrack, and then we'll see how it goes. But like everybody says, if the rain stays away, yoo-hoo, we all want to get it in today. Unfortunately, it's out of our control.
Now, the Andretti family has such a rich racing history in this area. Uncle Mario, Michael living down in Nazareth and the such. Now, I'm told when you were a young boy that you won a race here, but you didn't walk away with the trophy, a go-kart race, and I'm told your cousin Michael took home the trophy. What happened on that?
We were running the big nationals here at the go-karts, and I had a flat tire about halfway through the race, and I pitted to fix it, and we couldn't get the tire off, so I went ahead and ran with the tire, and it kept showing me the black flag with the orange dot, which just means I have a problem with my equipment, and I just kept driving.
Typical driver response, just keep driving.
Well, it wasn't anything wrong. I was keeping up. Matter of fact, I was beating him still, and he passed me, and then I passed him back. Well, in the last lap, he set me up, and he passed me, and then he blew a right rear tire. So I easily beat him to the line, and then they came in, and after everything was said and done, they gave him the trophy, of course, which he took no problem, and after the whole thing was said and done, they gave me the win, and he wasn't going to give the trophy back, so they had to make a second one up.
He never gave you the trophy?
No, when you're that age, I would say when I was that age, which, I haven't grown too much, but, I mean, it's a big deal to get a trophy, especially when it's almost as tall as you are. So he kept that one, but they engraved my name on mine, so to prove that I was the one that won the race. And I know Michael disputed, but that's all right. He's got other races that he won that I think I beat him at.
A win here today, that trophy would mean a little more, or would the old go-kart trophy mean more?
I don't even know where the old go-kart trophy is anymore. This one definitely mean a lot more. I'd love to, get back in the winner's circle. We know where it's at least here we do, because we have driver intros at it. So I know where to pull in at. It's right by my pit stall. All my guys are located good. So I'd love to see that happen. But, we still have a long way to go, and we'll see how it all turns out.
Well, Alan, 114 races have passed since John Andretti last went to Victory Lane on the flat track at Martinsville.
You got to teach John a lesson here. He said Michael might dispute it, but John was the one that had the microphone of the national television network at the moment. Michael can't talk back.
That's true. He didn't have to bring Michael into the picture. Just, I beat Michael.
Yeah.
End
hey,
story.
look at this. Sky's getting bright. I actually see sunshine. This is good. Hopefully we can get this thing dried out quickly, and we'll get the Pennsylvania 500 back underway.
It's a beautiful day here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. A great day to come out to the Pocono Raceway and see the Pennsylvania 500 presented by Pep Boys. Only problem is, it rained a little while ago and they're dry on the track and we're waiting. I'm hanging out here in the garage area with Jimmie Johnson, who's having an outstanding year. How about an outstanding day? How's your stuff?
I hope so. The car's pretty good. We've been having a little trouble getting going on the restarts. I think we got it figured out what we need to do there. But I swear everybody could taste blood and know that there's going to be some type of rain-shortened race, because when we got to win the first start and then the second one, it's pretty crazy out there. And I was trying to be cautious on that second restart, and a bunch of people got by me, and we worked our way back up through there. And it's just outside the top 10 right now, and I think we'll be in good shape when we go back.
You have to be thrilled about the opportunity of going back to some of these tracks for a second time now.
We should be better. We hope so.
You better be, or Chad's not going to be happy.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing we're hoping for. Experience goes so far, and the 2 years in the Busch Series gave me a lot of experience to get me ready for this opportunity. And I feel I'm only going to get better, and so is the team. We're all growing together, communicating better and better every week, and it should all be better.
Well, it is all about experience. So yesterday, after happy hour, when the garage closed at 3 o'clock, you and Jeff Gordon and some of your crew guys went out to get a little experience on the go-kart track. What was that like?
We're all sore this morning. I think I should have taken my Hans device and my helmet, hit my head on the roll bar a few times, but we had a great time out playing around, sliding around with the guys. Really neat racetrack, a slick track, and kind of a dirt modified looking car, so we had a good time.
And that's part of our Discover Card Countdown to Green next Sunday before the Brickyard 400, but you can give us an insight into that. How much are you learning from Jeff Gordon as this season goes along?
I'm learning a lot, and based on how our race went yesterday, I need to learn a little bit more from Robbie Loomis. He has this real creative way, excuse me, on restarts
of passing
everyone, and he'll be lined up probably 10th and come around and take the green in the lead. So, but I don't think he's paid attention a lot to the races on Sunday afternoons that you can only pass to the right, because he was on the inside passing everyone.
I also seem to rub the wall quite a bit, Robbie Loomis did.
Yeah, I think they need to open up the walls about 10 or 15 feet on each side for him. But it was funny too when they pointed the black flag at him. He went from this stern look on his face to all of a sudden apologetic and I'm sorry. So it was funny.
Okay, well, thanks for doing that with us. Best of luck this afternoon, and we'll see you at Indy too.
Great, thanks a lot.
Okay, that's Jimmie Johnson. Having a great year here in the Winston Cup Series. Let's move over to Dave.
And Bill, we're up in front of the hauler with Kurt Busch here, and we're kind of distracted because Kurt's watching a race where there's no rain. Who are you watching here, Kurt?
Little brother's on TV. It's not often we get to see him because they're right up against our races, but he's not doing too bad. He's running 6th, got right behind Butch Miller, so we'll see if he can work to the front. It's always exciting to watch family.
Kyle is running an ASA race in Madison, Wisconsin. Have you been seeing anything he's not doing right now?
I wouldn't know. I've never been there to any of those racetracks, so he's done a great job picking up on the racetracks as far as the lines. Qualified 2nd, right next to Butch Miller. So if you can hang out with the veterans, you can learn some things. I mean, Butch just made a comment and said he was old when Kyle was born. So it's a lot of fun that Kyle's having with that series and to watch those guys race, and he's learning quite a bit.
All right, we hope to see him in NASCAR in a year or two, maybe. Kurt, your car is running pretty good today. You came in, took on 4 tires. How was it running before the break?
It was fair, a little bit on the tight side. We had some cross weight back down yesterday, so we had to bump it back up just to be sure. And last race when we were here, we ended up spinning out right in front of my teammate, Luce. So wanted to make sure that we were all right. Car marched its way up to 13th. We took 4 tires there and faded back to 17th because the guy's taking 2 tires. No big deal. When it's 400 miles or 500 miles, long way, 4 hours. We're just riding around.
And you don't plan on coming back from 3 laps down again this week, do you?
No, we keep digging ourselves a hole every week, whether it's Daytona or Loudon or whether it's just bad racing luck. Hopefully we can keep it smooth and make sure that we make our day as easy as it possibly can be.
He raced extremely hard last week, and I know his whole crew was proud of the job he did and that they did together last week at New Hampshire to come back from those 3 laps down. So let's go down to Marty Snyder.
And I am found his teammate, Mark Martin, the man who's 2nd in points. So, Mr. Martin, how's your car today?
I think it'll be all right if we get to run, a lot of green flag. Our car was pretty special yesterday after, at the end of a happy hour. We never got a chance to really let it out there. We need to get closer to the front where we got some clean air and get some green flag. But it seems like it may be really good.
You guys have certainly been on a roll lately, Mark. You've made up a lot of points. You were 222.